This farm giveaway update is brought to you by OnX Hunt, the nation's #1 GPS hunting app. What's up, what's up, what's up? Today in the second installment of our farm giveaway promotion, we're gonna follow along with the Madman and Old Man winner, Mark and Terry Drury, as they tour this pristine piece of paradise in northern Missouri. Oh, you haven't heard? That's right, Drury Outdoors is giving away the farm as a way to say thank you to all their supporters for DoD's 30 years in the business. So if you haven't already registered to win, go to your app store and download the DeerCast app or head to DeerCast.com today, and all you gotta do is click the farm giveaway tab and enter today. This episode of DoD TV is brought to you by RTP Outdoors, home of the groundbreaking Groundbreaker 3-in-1 food plot implement.
As I was driving, once we went across that big bottom field, I knew we had to be getting close. And I thought, man, oh man, after you go up off of those bottoms, this is the first really good tract of timber. It's classic feed to bed, bed to feed. I could see this even be late morning, mid-morning hunts that were just ridiculous.
And the way this bowl sits, literally you come in and on any west wind, you're safe. All you got to get up is watch this bottom here. And we're going to put food, I think, right below it. Here we are in the south part. We'll fix this fence up a little bit, put a gate here and a gate where we were parked, so you've got great access to two different sides. And really, there's good access right here to the southwest.
And really wind direction on a north or northwest.
I had my ideas about where to put the plot. You tell me where you would put it.
All right.
Look at this trail.
You know, I really like these old farms that have been let go, kind of dilapidated, a little bit run down. Seems like they haven't had much attention over the last few years. Those can hold some of the biggest whitetails in an area. I really like this old stuff.
You get these farmsteads that were active in the early 1900s and then get abandoned at some point. The growth is generally what we look for because it's all, 20 to 50 year growth. The locust trees and the hedge apples and the cedars and all that good, thick, nasty old pasture farms that grow up are literally deluxe.
Absolutely. But for a whitetail, it doesn't get much better as far as cover's concerned.
What I was thinking, was plop it here, but bring all your brush this way, build a big old brush pile right here so that they feel secure. Just take all the brush and keep working it this way and use the barn as part of the cover. Use brush to seal it off, and I think it still work.
The cool part is these old barn lots like this is usually pretty good soil.
Good dirt. Well, look at the grass.
Yeah. You could get real creative right here with the little bitty biologic plot or clover or something. You could just see them coming up these humps, couldn't you? Yeah.
I would highly recommend whoever wins it to do some timber stand improvement to thicken this 60 up. I don't want to do it because I always feel bad about cutting timber when we know we're giving it away, but it wouldn't take much. I mean, one weekend and you could literally double the cover in this with some nice timber stand improvement in selected areas.
I'll tell you what, if a guy did creep that food plot down just off the crest of this hill, it keeps you out of visibility from that highway. Yeah. This is going to be plenty thick in the fall.
Yep.
And I don't think it'd be too hard to clean this little spot up right here.
Really, we could plant to that oak if we wanted to.
Grandpa Ritter used to always say, well, you got deep dirt, you got tall, straight trees. I like this little spot right here if you can get it to grow. Now, in the summer months, these trees are going to suck the moisture out of the soil here.
Yeah, we'll probably do that. And just put the brush in front of that tree so you climb up behind the brush ball into that stand and
boom,
bam.
I really like this here.
When you think of the Midwest, you think of these big, beautiful timbers and brushy draws, and it's got both of those things, I mean, it's a classic northern Missouri awesome deer farm.
That diversity that you're talking about is so important on a small piece or a big piece, but a small one particularly, when you've got the really good thickets for dense bedding and where the deer are going to come off that bottom. And then this, where they might work midday, you may see a buck just cruising. I really like it, particularly with the water source that we got for them midday to go get a drink. It's laid out correctly. Man, look at this little pond. Some lucky hunter is going to become a lucky fisherman as well. So was that other pond?
Yeah, that other pond's right there.
Could you build a food plot down here and siphon out of that one and do the same thing below that other one?
Well, the other plot was going to be just below this
Below
one.
that one?
Yeah, so we were going to have that and try to create traffic between the two.
Well, and you could do it right here too. This would be killer. Put a blind on that hump right there.
You could sneak in here and hunt, even with the plots the way we got them. I mean, it's going to be traffic going back and
question.
forth. But this water,
between these two ponds, this is a no-brainer.
no-brainer.
I really like
It's
that.
a special slice of deer hunting.
It is. Guy can either hunt, he can fish, he can waterfowl, he can do it all. And here's the tracks, here's the trail coming in here. Yeah, this right here with a brush hog and a little front end loader, shove it off the back, clear a nice trail through there. You'd have traffic both ways. It's just big enough to force them to go around one end or the other. I wonder if they got a control structure in this levee. We did it on the farm there. Just start a siphon, leave the bucket on this end, throw your hose over, you got it. We just talked about creating a siphon coming out of this pond levee, you know, and a lot of times that's what it takes to keep a food plot going in the summer months. But they've already got a cattle structure here for watering on automatic water, so it's already set up. About as groovy as you get.
During the summer, that'd be the place to get a lot of pictures, is right there.
Absolutely.
Instead of going to the big water source, they're going to stay down this little
No
hidden spot.
question.
Water right
No
there.
question.
It's going to be a tight plot, but it's going to have a lot of tonnage with as good as this dirt is.
Well, the problem that we have on hill ground is we're always suffering for water and moisture during the summer months. When you get these areas that lay low like this and all of that water, granted it takes you a while, you can't plant it early, but that water just bleeds out of those hillsides from both directions. It keeps this bottom cool and damp pretty much most of the summer. Shouldn't even be an issue as far as keeping something growing here.
Agreed. Look how thick the grass is. I mean, it's going to be a death strip.
I'll tell you what, you killed turkey right here.
Yeah. You know, you got water, you got big, beautiful timber, you got cover so thick, and then this hidden little bottom. I mean, it's going to be so nice.
I really like this.
And then if we put this one down here, I just can't imagine the traffic with the water in line is going to be silly through here.
This would be silly. And it even makes more sense coming off of those big bottom fields down there. I mean, this is just a natural migration. All these little coulees or whatever you want to call them, too sweet. Another great spot for a ground blind or a muddy bull blind. See, now the fence is down right here. That's even a more natural little break for them.
Now that's incredible right there. It's your typical northern Missouri, southern Iowa black dirt. It's the reason we have the size deer that we have in this area.
I would definitely keep one close to that pond. And you might think about two here, maybe. What a great farm. Couldn't you just see a buck coming through that thick stuff over there?
So it's about as big a 60-acre parcel as you'll ever find.
It seems like a 120.
It does. It's one of those pieces where acreage is really irrelevant because it's got everything you need. These are the places we've dreamed of as a child, you know?
Yeah. Well, and it's got just enough adversity to make it good, meaning like this big deep creek running up through there, you can kind of calculate where they're going to walk and hang accordingly. I like the fact that there are some fences here because you can pull a wire down and direct a little bit of movement if you decide.
Or cut it.
Or cut it, yeah.
You're not going to pasture it.
No. Wow, what a runway. What a landing strip.
Part of me says, plant the whole dadgum thing, skip the waterways, but just keep planting a series of food plots, kind of like your triple fields, if you will.
And the good part is you can sit on any one of those hogbacks and you can get in there pretty easily without being detected because you got cedars kind of covering your movement.
The whole way.
I really like this access.
And then you got the big timbered ridge over there. Come in here, pop up right there, and you've got all that hunting as well during the rut. That's where I'd want to be, up in those big hardwoods.
Yeah.
And then the big hardwoods by the other plot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty incredible. You know, we saw that bottom, the big timbered ridge, the pretty hogback ridges, but look at this stuff. I mean, this is what deer seek out. It's what we seek out. The brush is just crazy.
Perfect turkey habitat.
Absolutely.
This thing has it all. This farm really does.
It'll be fun to go to food plot stage, then go to trail camera stage, then go to hunting stage.
And kill them.
And then eat them stage. Woo!
Here's another right-of-way marker, which is good. You know just how far the fence is on your property, so that's good to know. To catch those deer coming off of those big bottom fields, I think this could be one of those 10 to 2 kind of spots. You know, a lot of midday stuff.
It's going to be fun to see what those first rounds of pictures show.
Yes.
All right, we've looked at the whole thing. I think first things first, a gate on that south road, a good entryway there leading into that plot. We'll call that the timber plot. And then another gate here on the northeast corner, which this road will take you straight into your bottom. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer as far as access to get to your plots, which is another part that I like about it.
And it's one of those things where it is a small piece, so you have to be extremely sensitive about getting in and out. And from an access standpoint, it couldn't work out any better. I think that one could be rather tenuous because it's a little bit closer to that south line, you know, close to a home and closer to the highway there. But I think you could catch a monster there on a north wind, downwinding all that timber, that bottom, those ponds. I think you could catch one slipping through there pretty easily.
Okay, so that's one of the plots. The other plot to me needs to start right here and work its way south towards that pond and up and down this drainage. We can plant a tree there. You could put a ground blind on one of these humps, watch over it. But to me, the 2-plot strategy with different wind directions is pretty key.
The other thing that I think could be really crucial is something between those 2 ponds. I really like that
set and that one tree we picked out.
I really like that area between those 2 ponds.
2 ponds.
So we've got really 3 options, you know, A, B, and C if we so decide to go that far.
It'll be a good place to start, and then someone's just gonna have to figure it out as they enjoy it for about 30 years.
Be like us, it takes us about 3 years to figure them out.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This segment of DoD TV was brought to you by Ram Trucks. Guts, Glory, Ram.